The Descendants Rise of Red, Red gets the opportunity to travel back in time to the place where all her dreams will come true. For you in your own life, what was that moment when you discovered your passion for storytelling and knew this was the path for you?
Mm. I think there were a bunch of factors that went into it. I There wasn't one exact moment. There were perhaps a bunch of moments. My childhood was acting. I grew up in the theater on stage. I started acting professionally when I was maybe 10 or 11, but I did like some theater camps and I was in the touring choir priorly, which sort of inspired that, I suppose. But once I was acting professionally, I was doing like 8 shows a week, trying to balance
Hmm.
school at the same time. And it was weird. It was like, this is my life. I never thought twice about it, thinking that maybe that was kind of insane at some points. I just loved it. I loved the people. I loved the feeling of being on stage and sharing a story and watching people cry or laugh or feel something. I think that was special. And I think like at a young age too, being able to do something like that to make a contribution in that way that also felt important and I stuck
Hmm.
with it, you know?
Yeah.
Here I
Spoken like
am.
spoken like a true artist. When this project initially came across your desk, you didn't know it was Disney or this franchise. What was it about the sides that initially spoke to you and made you want to audition for it?
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, come on. The guy's name is Morgie, right? So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then he's talking to Uliana, and instantly I had in my mind like envisioning what this character was, and I hopped in front of the camera and read with my mom, and my mom read for Uliana. That was really funny, actually. Um, and I'm like this sort of gremlin-y character, and I'm talking in more of a voice like this, and I was like, this is who Morgie is, and I'm gonna go with it. And obviously they were interested, and fast forward a few weeks and a callback, and I got the part. It was so special.
Well deserved. Being a part of the Disney family is such a huge deal, especially for an emerging talent like yourself. How did you celebrate the news that you landed the role, and how are you feeling days ahead of the release?
Oh boy. Well, feeling incredible on both ends, 2 years apart. When I got the role, my agent at the time called me to the agency and I was shocked. I was like crying and ecstatic and like just a wave of emotions. And I called my parents. They were so happy. My sister freaked out because my sister and I watched the shows when we were younger, we watched the movies and we were fans. So it was just so special. And then now with what? I mean, it's the 25th. We're a few weeks until the
Yeah.
release of the movie. It's so surreal. I feel like I live in a magical world sometimes, like a magical Disney world,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
there's so much buzz already surrounding the film, and there's so many incredible songs and numbers within the project. What was that prep work like, learning all the choreography and the music, and how to kind of that physicality allow you to tap further into your character?
Yeah. I think, what we've been calling it, what they did call it was Disney Boot Camp. And we came to set like 2 weeks early and we started drilling all of the dances, all the songs. And well, we had previously recorded the songs, but we throwing it all together is a different beast. And it was like 6 to 7 hours of rehearsal every day, so very rigorous and a bit of a workout at points. But it was so much fun. I mean, I was discovering who Morgie was in relation to these other characters, which was so cool because you're acting alongside actors who are incredible and incredible to work with, and you feed off of that energy. And the collaboration process is by far one of the most fun processes to work with in a production.
The cast has such great chemistry on screen. How are you all able to build that bond while filming?
Oh, there was all sorts of things. We initially, I mean, the first time I met them, there were hugs everyone. It felt like I had known them for ages, Everyone was so welcoming, but a lot of us were at the same hotel, so it was like I don't know how to describe it. It was like dorms in a way, where we would like run down the hall to go watch a movie at Josh's place, or we'd hang out at Dara's to talk or whatever. And, and that was really cool. We had like all sorts of little moments, and on the weekends we traveled up to Atlanta, and on Valentine's Day we did like a Palentine's brunch and
Mm.
just different fun moments where we got to be closer.
This project feels like a full circle moment for you and how you got your start in theater. How have those experiences prepared you for this?
I think they prepared me immensely. Every experience I've had, good or bad, has influenced me in whatever which way. And I do value the failures that I've had because
Mm,
they've taught me to become who I am today, right? I mean, we can't you can't succeed without failure. And when you audition, you get turned down almost all the time, but it's those ones that you don't that'll change your life. I grew up on stage, so the musical theater opera really played a vital role in this production because obviously this is a movie musical and it is
yeah,
slightly blending the worlds between on stage and on screen because there is a little bit more allowance for theatricality, which was cool and very fun because you don't often do that on screen. It's usually on screen. It's a very different
yeah.
enigma.
On screen, it's more about the subtleties. On stage, it's about being louder. And I also appreciated the vast array of projects that you've worked on, from indie shorts to something as big as this. How different are those filming experiences? And what is it about each that excites you as a creative?
So different. Every experience is so different, and I really value each one. It's fun because you get to meet new people, you get to travel new places, work with with new stories, tell new stories, and that's really special, especially when the story means something to you. Whenever you meet someone new and you're working with a cast that is talented and have come from all sorts of different backgrounds. That's really fun because
Yeah.
you get to meet new friends, make a new family. And I mean, a lot of the acting experience is very raw. You're you're sort of on display for a lot of people to watch. So you have to be very vulnerable and being surrounded by people who are kind, who understand that, who are willing to be vulnerable with you is very special as well. It helps a lot, makes the process more fun.
And you moved to LA to pursue a career in this industry, and now you're a part of the Disney family. What would you tell your younger self?
Oh boy, what a time. That's crazy. I would tell my younger self to keep doing exactly what you're doing, to to explore the world with wide eyes and to take every opportunity that comes your way with a smile on your face and be so freaking excited for what's to come.
For you, and you really get to show off all of your talents from acting to dancing to singing. Is there one that comes more naturally to you? Is there one that's more difficult?
I mean, I think I'm very much so an actor and a singer before I am a dancer. I am a dancer as well, but I don't train consistently. I did a lot of dance background and musical theater. I have multiple years of dance experience, but it's very different than a dancer who is training every day and
Mhm.
that's their profession. So acting and singing is by far my origins. However, dancing is definitely fulfills the trifecta.
Yeah, you killed the dancing and this. Have you gotten to see the final product yet? Is there
I
a scene that
have.
you're really excited for our audience to see when it comes out on July 12th?
Oh boy, I think I think you guys are gonna like the tree scene. You know, funny thing about that scene, actually. Have you seen the film?
Yeah, I just saw it this
Okay.
morning.
Well, funny thing about that scene, when we were shooting the scene, it was so funny. They had me harnessed up in a tree, and you had the whole crew out there, and we had the rain machines going, and it was really important that I didn't get wet because I had to get over to the other sound stage to shoot a completely different scene, and they were like very tight on time this day, and the rain machine, the trajectory wasn't trajectorized correctly, and it poured down on top of me the first shot we had. And I don't know if this made the film or not. I kind of think it didn't because the continuity with how
Yeah.
wet and then me being not wet. Um, I was just soaked, and it was the most funniest experience because it fit the character perfectly. I was just getting drenched on, Uliana and the rest of them are down like doing their deal, and I'm like stuck up in a tree, like getting soaked. And that was really funny. And everyone was laughing because it had been like I just hopped out of a pool when I got
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Very unexpected.
Yeah.
And what I love about Disney is that once you're a part of this family, you're a part of this family. And similar to your co-star there, she's been a part of different franchises. If you could be in another Disney franchise, which would it be and why?
I know exactly what franchise I would go into. I wonder if you know what I'm gonna say. I kind of think you don't, but I'm going Star Wars, man. Me and my
Yeah.
lightsaber, we are going to the whole world. That would be really cool. I mean, I grew up huge Star Wars fan, so that would be special. Even if I was just a stormtrooper. So,
Hey, we're
uh,
manifesting. Yeah,
right?
manifesting it
Let's
right now.
manifest it right here.
You're part of the family now. I got one final question for you. When this film comes out, what do you hope audiences take away? And this is such an exciting time in your career. So look ahead. What's next for you? Is there a dream role?
Yeah, for sure. I think I would love to be in an action movie. Do something like Mission Impossible, James Bond-esque would be really cool. Musical theater movie was on top of my bucket list, and I'm very surprised to have checked it off so quickly. But that is a world that I'm super interested in. I love doing stunts. I love flying planes, scuba diving, skydiving, and I think perhaps it could be a world that I'd thrive in. But I
Yeah.
will take whatever comes my way, and I'm so excited to see what happens.